Quick one before I go into my next job. Ever thought of buying land back home in Jamaica? Can't say I thought about buying land back home in Jamaica. Can't say I ever thought of building a property back home in Jamaica. But one thing I did think to do was start up an electrical testing company in Jamaica. I highly doubt that in Jamaica they put a lot of importance on having safe systems in people's houses. So like in England, every 5 years, not that this does happen though, it's supposed to happen but it don't. Every 5 years, every electrical installation needs testing. Does it happen in this country? For the most part, no. The reason why I've got this contract, I'm on this contract, is because of what happened at the Grenfell Tower. I've met tenants and that, and they say, I've lived in this house for 20 years and I've never heard of this. And I'm saying, well, every installation is supposed to be tested once every 5 years, but the only time they really do it is when there's a relet, when people move out and go somewhere else. Obviously, they need to make sure that the property is tested for the new person. So, yeah, they're clamping down in this country on having the electrical installations tested once every 5 years and that. Back home in Jamaica, I don't think they care like that, yeah? I doubt they have any gas tests. I mean, to be fair, they don't even really have gas systems like that in Jamaica. They do probably have gas pipes underground and that, but I've been to people's houses where they got the gas cylinder outside, like on the brick wall and that, so that's how they get their gas. So anyway, I would be careful about anyone buying land back home and building a house. Whether it's Jamaica, whether it's Africa, whether it's Eastern Europe or India, it doesn't matter. I've heard a few horror stories where the people then back home who are supposed to be managing the building of the property and that have been ripping off the people them in England. So for example, it's a true story. I know someone, they were building a property back home in Jamaica and that, and they felt as if the people them who are managing the property back home in Jamaica, they were asking for a bit too much money. Like, they didn't get their money's worth. Yeah, if they're sending 10 grand over, 20 grand over, the people them are only using a portion, a fraction of that money to buy materials. The other money wasn't accounted for. Fortunately for them, their property was built and that. But I have heard horror stories where a person was over here in England, they were building a property back home in Jamaica, and for the first 6 months and that, the family was sending pictures and that here and there and at regular intervals and that. You know, black people, Jamaicans and that, you know, we work slow and that. But anyway, boom. So they were sending pictures and that. And there came a point where the family back home in Jamaica, they kept on requesting for money, obviously. But then the person in England wasn't receiving any photos. So they kept on requesting for money and the person was sending it and then they weren't receiving no photos back. Now, obviously, they're kind of dumb for carry on sending money without getting any photos and that. But anyway, 6 months went past, no photos, whatever in it. The person said, you know what, fuck it. Got on a plane, went over to Jamaica. For 6 months, no work had been done. But they kept on sending money, saying, oh, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that. So basically, the people then back home was ripping them off, and this was their family. So it does happen. It's not just a Jamaican thing. This can happen in Eastern Europe, India, Africa, and that. You need to be careful. The people then back home, they will rip you. They'll rip you off. They'll bleed you dry. Yeah, just be careful. You need to actively go out there. Go out there once every 2 months, or really seriously have someone who's certified out there that you can trust. If you can't trust someone out there, don't do it, or go out there every other month and that. So, yeah, or at least maybe get some reputable company that you can put your money into. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You got some insurance and that. If you're sending money over to Jamaica and that, don't just get some random family member. Because a lot of people think that their family members respect them and they don't. They don't. Just like I say about don't rent to family and friends and that. You'll find out how much your family and friends truly respect you when it comes time to pay their rent, yeah, after 6 months and that, yeah. Because, yeah, everyone's good for the first 6 months and that. I would love to know, yeah, like, if I had a property that I was renting out to one of my friends and that, I'd love to know if they would truly keep up with their rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, would I get hit with that? Yo, Jay, man, I ain't got no money this month, you know. Nah, fam, get rid of that fucking car. Get rid of that Mercedes, blood. I know you don't love it, like, why, man? Keep asking me why am I hating on Mercedes and that. Yeah, I would love to know, like, if I was renting out a property, you know, to like family and friends, yeah, like, if they would really keep up with the payments and that. I'd just be sitting there waiting for that text or that phone call. Yo, Jay, man, things are a bit slow, times are hard, you know, oh, my kids this, my kids that. I don't give a fuck about your kids, blood. When the bailiffs come to repossess the property, do you think they give a fuck that, oh, my friend's kid was sick, or my friend's kid was this, so this is why I couldn't pay the mortgage? They don't give a shit. So why the fuck am I gonna give a shit? I'm not saying I don't care about people's kids, and what I'm saying is I care about my mortgage getting paid, yeah. But yeah, in terms of buying a property back home and building on top of land and that, yeah, just do your due diligence. Be careful in it, because you'll find out who's who when money's involved, innit? Yeah, man, that's it, man.